Alright guys, so I want to talk about body dysmorphia and Merijn, or Studentaesthetics. I believe that was his name before he changed it to his real name to Merijn, and I'm talking about his YouTube channel or his social media platforms. But anyways, body dysmorphia and Merijn, they are connected. So I'm going to give a little background first, and then I'll dive into the body dysmorphia. Studentaesthetic, or Merijn, or whatever you say his name, is or was a natural fitness influencer slash bodybuilder slash competitor or whatever. You know, he made YouTube videos regarding natural fitness. He gave out fitness advice and information on videos and whatnot. Then later down the road, he always showed his physique. He always looked super shredded year round. And a little bit after that, he, out of nowhere, decided, hey, I'm feeling like crap. Perhaps I have low testosterone.
Because I made a mistake. I made a mistake going on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, which I started about, it's almost been like 1.5 years now, a little bit less. And I've realized that this is not a path that I wanted to continue to follow. I should not have made the decision to use TRT, and back then I thought it was a good decision for me personally. I really thought it was.
And he claimed that due to his extreme dieting practice, he crashes natural testosterone, which is very true, people. Once or if you practice an extreme diet for a prolonged time, you will eventually run into health complications. And for this example, Merijn did this extreme dieting practice for a very long time, and perhaps he did crash his natural testosterone.
Basically, when I started, the reason why I did have low testosterone levels, so they were in the very low range of normal. However, back at that time, I was also like just working so much. I was training so much. I didn't give my body perhaps, really like a good reason, or I didn't really stimulate my natural testosterone production, because I think my levels could have been higher if I decided to, follow different diets that are specifically for that, started resting more.
Now, he did not crash his natural testosterone to the point where he did, or he needs testosterone replacement therapy. Okay, he did not crash his natural testosterone to the point where he has to get a prescription for testosterone. He has to get therapy. No. His testosterone was low to the point, due to his extreme dieting practice, to the point where he's feeling like crap all the time, feeling fatigue all the time, and just not feeling well. His well-being is very low. And that's what happens when you have low testosterone, or if you're always shredded year-round. It's not good for your body to be super shredded year-round, day by day. It's not. Eventually, your body will catch up to it. Your mind will catch up to it. You will start feeling lost.
And also not doing what, let's say, other people expect of me, or what my competition is doing, because everybody is using PEDs, and I gave into that, and I should not have given into it, And now saying that obviously sucks, but sometimes you got to do things to realize that's not what you actually want to do. And in this case, it comes with a pretty high cost, man. It comes with a high price. And this is why it's difficult to quit now, because it already came with a high price when I did it, when I decided to do it. And so I decided to use the substance to raise my testosterone levels. And now saying that afterwards, it's a little bit stupid, but that's what I thought was the best back then. The main reason why I started was because I did hit my natural plateau after 10 years of lifting. So lifting wasn't that fun anymore.
Or empty, or lost, just no energy, feeling fatigue all the time, not recovering well. Everything's being affected, literally everything's being affected when you are depleting vitamins and minerals within your diet. People who are shredded year-round normally practice a keto diet or have a super low-carb diet in their lifestyle. But Merijn always practiced this extreme dieting lifestyle because he always wanted a super shredded physique year-round. He was keen on that. He strived for that day by day by day. And that's body dysmorphia. He wanted to look good for others to get attention, for an approval, in order to have a content lifestyle.
Instead of be so stuck in the bodybuilding way, you know. So I was just really living in a fitness industry bubble, and then there's a lot of reasons at the same time why I decided to do it, and a lot of it is certain outside pressures or like me never feeling good enough. And I've realized now that is destructive behavior, and I don't want to continue going that path, you know, doing that.
To have a fun lifestyle. But ultimately, people, that doesn't dictate your lifestyle. That's just something that you are craving. It's like chasing a high. You know, once you chase the high, you're gonna have to chase it again and again and again and again, because you set the limit higher and higher and higher every day or every single time when you get high. And it's the same thing with body dysmorphia. It doesn't end, because there is no ending. The only ending is from within.
Was it necessary, and could life in certain ways, from which a lot of it was the mental aspect as well, like the mood aspect. And it definitely helped in a certain sense, but it didn't take away my problems. So I still reached the point of burnout. I still got issues with depression feeling. TRT, it just promised to solve those issues that I had in my life, you know, and that I thought were issues because I just wanted to work harder and do more. And I thought this was going to solve it, you know, because my levels are not high enough. Now I'm going to put the levels higher. And, you know, issues did not go away. It didn't solve any, you know, it doesn't solve trauma, or it doesn't solve like things that you've been through, or, you know, it doesn't solve all those things. So it's just like on the surface, you have more energy, you can do more. It doesn't solve those underlying problems. You have to face those, you know, with like therapy and all the things that I'm doing now. So I didn't realize that back then. It was sort of like, in a way, it was a quick fix, but then it was also long term because it was forever, and I knew that. But I truly thought the decision was right back then, and I don't think so now anymore. You know, I'm 26 years old. I don't want to be dependent on a substance for the rest of my life. I want to try and raise my levels naturally.
Talking to yourself, seeking therapy, okay? So Merijn, right, he went from natural to being enhanced. He took TRT because he was experiencing low testosterone symptoms, but he didn't have low testosterone in the first place. He did not. He just wanted to take TRT in order to find the shortcut route, in order to build muscle faster and to lose fat faster. You know, no one wants to put in the hard work in order to develop or obtain or to maintain a certain physique day by day. It's very tedious and very hard. It's draining. Okay, it's like I said, it's not healthy. So he wanted a shortcut, but ultimately that kind of didn't work out, because if you have some mental illness going on, condition, you know, such as depression, anxiety, panic attacks, or whatever the case might be, that can actually enhance the issue. If you're taking some type of drug, such as testosterone or steroids, and if you have a existing mental condition, that could enhance that mental condition. So like I said, if you have panic attacks, for example, that could enhance your panic attacks or enhance your anxiety. So that's probably what happened to Merijn. And he noticed that he probably thought it was gonna fix it, but it didn't.
And you know, issues did not go away. It didn't solve any, you know, it doesn't solve trauma, or it doesn't solve like things that you've been through, or, you know, it doesn't solve all those things. So it's just like on the surface, you have more energy, you can do more. It doesn't solve those underlying problems. You have to face those, you know, with like therapy and all the things that I'm doing now. So I didn't realize that back then. It was sort of like, in a way, it was a quick fix, but then it was also long term because it was forever, and I knew that. But I truly thought the decision was right back then, and I don't think so now anymore. You know, I'm 26 years old. I don't want to be dependent on a substance for the rest of my life.
Because low testosterone symptoms are always feeling fatigued and foggy-minded, or, you know, depressed or anxious, or having anxiety all the time. So he took TRT hoping it would help out, and hoping that it was a shortcut for his physique, which probably was. You know, he looked fucking great on TRT, but that wasn't the answer to everything, you know. And at the end of the day, once you rely on that, you will eventually plateau. Okay, you will plateau with anything, and sooner or later you're gonna have to increase the dosage, or go on another route and take some higher end steroids. So that's what he stated in his Instagram post. You know, it's like I said, it's the same analogy. You're chasing the dragon. You're gonna keep setting the limit higher and higher and higher every single time. And that's what happens to a lot of bodybuilders. They go from natural to being enhanced to being the Mr. Olympia. Then eventually what happens? They lose all of that. They lose all that muscle. And some of them end up passing away due to the health complications that they developed over the time. And that's not good. Body dysmorphia is bad. Focus on your health. Seek help. Seek therapy. But ultimately, just don't give a fuck what others say, and focus on yourself and focus on your health.
I was also making my money with it, you know, so I wanted it to be fun. I wanted it to be exciting. And so I decided to you know, to do testosterone, to take my training to the next level. But then I didn't think about all the other ways that I could have made training more fun. You know, I could have picked up a different style of training. Sometimes crazy, you know, but like I just had to reach a really low point, a dark point in my life where I started to question everything, and I started to realize this. And I didn't realize this when I started. I really thought it was a good decision, and it was also, you know, it was medically right, so I could do it medically right, under supervision of a doctor. So all my blood levels were in check, and it was all perfectly like normal or good, well, in the high range. But it was just like,